Okay, so now we live, and thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in our live event. As I promised, I said I was going to bring a guest coming to us in our channel, and our guest today is Zeina Kreichaty. Zeina, tell me if I pronounce it well, your name or not.
It's Zeina Kreichaty.
Wow. Okay. So, Zeina, thank you so much for coming to our program today. And as you know, we live in YouTube, Facebook, our Facebook page, and our Facebook group on Think.
Sorry for the background
No
noise.
problem, no problem. This is the beauty about live events. Sometimes you will find my wife, or you might find my dog barking around, or sometimes people might have, it's a more better way to connect with people. And I think I like live. It's like when you watch a program on the television. Today it's all cable, so it's all pre-produced. So live cable has those programs that are more live. So please tell us about your story and how did you get started? How you get involved and what do you do? Tell us what you do.
Okay. Hello, everyone. First of all, now I'm a rapid transformational therapist, and I work in something called RTT, as like a little acronym for it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a new kind of therapy that deals with the subconscious mind. And I went a long way until I arrived here. I was an employee for over 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in different fields. I worked in marketing. I worked in business development. I worked in sales. I worked in management, in project management, and everything. And then life made me, I was at the end very burned out from work. And I had a lot of things going on. And I even developed a lot of health issues because of the stress. And in a way, I encountered, the founder of Rapid Transformational Therapy, and I started listening to her recordings, and it changed my life tremendously. And I decided to become a therapist myself.
Mm-hmm.
I left everything. It was a very difficult decision to make because it comes with a price. It comes with anxiety. It comes with a lot of self-doubt sometimes. It comes with lots of questioning. But once I did that step, today I feel that I did the very right thing and I'm very happy. I own my own business. I work my own hours. I do, if I feel like I don't want to work for 1 week, I can take a week off. And sometimes I feel like I want to work for 18 hours a day, I can do it. So it's totally beautiful, the entrepreneur side of the jobs.
You do mostly of your business online or you do it outside? I mean, I'm saying this because we live in two worlds. We live in the online world and we live in the outside world.
That's true. No, first of all, rapid transformational therapy can be done online. It's very easy because we use deep relaxation techniques. And this is done easily online. I don't have to be present with the person. But of course, if the client is with me in the same country, there's no problem. I can make it as well face-to-face. But usually most of my clients are international and I do it online.
Yeah, I was just talking with a client the other day, and he was thinking about opening an IT consultant services, and he was a little bit concerned about finding the right client. And I told him, look, there are 3.5 billion people online. I'm sure you'll find a client.
The pool is very big, but there's something very important to be taken into consideration when we go online. We really need to know who our customers are. And I am, although I can treat everything and I can work on all issues, but I usually tackle the self-esteem and confidence. And this is how we got to know each other, actually. Yeah. And so this is how I find my clients. They mostly want to get this thing restored.
Mhm. Why don't you tell a little bit what is a rapid transformational therapy?
Yes. You know, the traditional therapy usually is when you go to the therapist and you talk about your problems and you tell the therapist, for example, I have an issue in relationships. I always end up with the same people, or I have a problem in flying. I can't fly. I'm afraid of heights, etc.
Mhm.
And you start talking with the therapist, and I'm not saying it's wrong or it's bad, but you reach a point where you know where the problem is, you know where the issue is, we understand the background with the parents, with the upbringing, with all the events that happened in our lives. But then we reach a point where, okay, I know all this information, what can I do with this? I cannot change, because the conscious has very, very little grip on our life. It has only 5% grip on our lives, while we are directed at 95% by the subconscious mind. So RTT, through the deep relaxation, puts the person into the theta brainwave, which is a normal, natural human brainwave that we all go in and out many times during the day.
Mhm.
It's a deep, relaxed status where the person is in touch with his own and her own feelings inside. And we try to understand, because the mind has the answers to all our problems and to all our issues. But we never listen to our mind. We go to the critical side, not to the feeling side. We always try to analyze what's happening, while we need to understand what we are feeling. So what I do is I try to tap into the subconscious mind, ask the mind, why do I have a fear of height? Usually it's a fear of losing control, and we understand why. And we reframe this belief at a subconscious level. And then afterwards, and this is the magic, this is where it happens, we give a recording, and the recording forms new neurons in the subconscious mind, and it lets the person feel, because all starts with a thought and then a feeling and then action and event. So if we change the thought at a subconscious level, everything else changes. And we let the person listen to the recording for 21 days, and we're having amazing results, amazing, excellent outcomes.
I agree with you. I mean, sometimes, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and even myself, I have to reach different clients. And sometimes it happens to me, my mind start drifting, I start spacing out, and I started feeling frustrated because some people are not replying. And then I realize I'm falling in that trap that your mind is trying to depress you. So what I do is just stand up, go for a walk, do some exercise, get completely distracted. When I come back, I'm fresh and I can start all over again.
Yes, exactly. Actually, I teach the client. That's the good part of RTT. Once you go to into therapy, usually it's from 1 to 3 sessions max. Once you go into the therapy, I mentor the client into the rules of the mind. I coach them. I help them understanding the rules of the mind. And once they understand the rules of the mind and how our mind functions, because it's a different entity than us,
Mhm.
this is when we control the mind and the body, and not the opposite. So we will fall into anxiety, we will fall into fears, we will fall into all this because we're humans. But the bouncing back becomes very much quicker.
Let me ask you a question in regards to your business, because I think so what you tell us is very interesting and definitely something that most of us will benefit to get to know you more better and see if we can fix those little details, like a car that have a little dent, and you can fix those dents before the whole look into it. So I want to ask you, when you decided to be an independent, how was the process? I mean, I'm sure you face terror or like a scare at some
Yeah.
point. How do you overcome the fear? Because a lot of people that wants to entrepreneur, that wants to be on their own, they are so much in fear, thinking there's not going to be anybody that's going to like my product, and they come in this fear that kind of stop them. How do you overcome that fear?
Yes, I just want to tell the audience today that this fear is very normal. I have passed through a lot of anxiety when I wanted to leave my work, because you're going from something familiar to something completely unfamiliar. Safety, safety net, salary at the end of the month, but you stay where you are. You have a boss. You have to handle all the problems that come with those safeties, with this safety. Then you decide, I want to jump to the other side where there is no, there's no safety in between brackets in the beginning. And you don't know anything about it, and you have doubts because all your life you have been taught and said that you have to search for something that is secure. This is how we have been brought up in a lot of countries and a lot of cultures. So when I faced that, first of all, I understood the first rule, which is I'm going from the familiar to the unfamiliar, and my mind, because I understand the rules of the mind, is going to stop me, because my mind is designed to make me survive on the planet and to protect me. So it's going to stop me, and it's going to stop me by giving me anxiety attacks, by giving me thoughts that are going to tell me, no, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Are you leaving your work to go somewhere where you don't know what is going to happen? So once you realize that, you make a decision, a conscious decision. I want to go towards the unfamiliar, and I'm ready to take all the consequences. Your mind will relax and will leave you alone. This is one. Second, and I will tell the audience that it's very important as well to understand that we have this fear of rejection, and that comes in our DNA. What if what I'm doing is not going to be liked? What if the people are not going to be happy? What if they're going to reject me? I will die, between brackets, because this is how our ancestors used to operate. But it's okay. I mean, this group of people will like you. This other group of people might not like you. We have all been rejected in our lives, but nobody died. And third, and this is a very important point, try to use the right words, because the mind listens and it registers everything. I'm going to die under the pressure of the new job. You're going to die? No way. You're not going there. I'm going to give you an anxiety and panic attack. You're staying where you are. This is how it functions. So we will say the lies to ourselves until it sinks in, and that we really become to live it. We will live it, even if we don't feel it. And this is what I tell you today. It's very important to make a decision and not to look back, and to convince yourself with words and pictures. This is very important, because we react to those two things very strongly.
It's interesting what you were just saying. I was just talking with a client, and it happens more than one time, but I just recently talked with a client that he wanted to start his business, but he was afraid of failing. So I told him this: no one choose something, no one make a decision to fail, right? So if you made the decision to do the business, there's a higher percentage you're going to be successful, because no one going to business to fail. Now, if you decide not to do the business, you automatically choosing to fail, because failing is not doing something that is good for you. So if you don't do it, you're choosing failure. But if you're doing it, you're choosing success. And because true. No one really is going to choose, I'm going to choose to go into business so I can fail. No one does that. So you will have a high percentage, I would say between 90 to 80% to actually succeed. Now, of course, there's certain things you need to, like you said, the words we said to ourselves, being persistent, being consistent, doing the thing step by step, and eventually that will lead us to get closer to the goals that we want.
Exactly. The important is to put the goal and to do something every day towards this goal. How small it can be, it doesn't matter, but we need to do something, one thing that will convince our mind that we really want this. This is what we want. And when your mind understands that this is your goal, and sometimes making it on a, like a vision board, on putting it somewhere out there, cutting stuff, writing, putting it in front of your senses. When your mind understands that this is what you want and this is what you require of yourself, then your body, your psyche, your soul, everything in you, it becomes like a blueprint towards which you're going. It's going to go. No way. There is no way. It's a mathematical equation. they will. This is, I don't want to call it the law of attraction, because we're not talking holistic here. We're talking really realistic. And this is realistic. When we put something, a goal in front of our mind, it will go there. That's why we say, be aware of what you wish for, because it will happen. So you have to be careful what you wish for.
Yes, I think so. We talked one time when we were talking the last time in another group, that it's basically it's like the babies, you know, their goal is to walk. And when they fall, they don't focus on the mistake. They correct the mistake and they stand up and keep on walking. So I said, I was just reading a book, very good book. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. It talks about the mind. This is a plastic surgeon that got deep into the mind. And because he was experiencing that some people will have plastic surgery and they will have enormous changes in their life, but some will also have no changes. And so he wouldn't understand why some people get changes and some people don't. Some people will have a car accident and have a scar in their face and feel completely off being able to sell or being able to succeed in their life. So they needed to replace. But if in other places, a scar represents courage and pride, and then having that scar is make them feel much better in their job or what they need to do. So it's talking about this, that the mind has, we as human, we attempt to go to a particular goal.
Yes.
And then when circumstances happen and we start drifting away, we naturally, if we have the attention of that goal, we naturally correct ourselves and keep on going. But as soon as we lose the attention of the goal, we start drifting away and restricted to the side.
That's very true. And, sometimes it's, I'm not saying it's going to be a beautiful green ride all the time. There will be some anxiety, there will be some fall downs, but the payoff, it's amazing. The minute you do something for yourself and you monetize on your own skills and you do something that is passionate for you, and you're not just doing it because it's your job, this gives you a sense of accomplishment that is no like to be found in corporate or in normal business, you know?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. When you really do something, you really are passionate about it. I mean, you put in all your heart into it. And if, of course, things are going to work out.
Definitely. You know, it happened with me. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe, but then, you know, you do pass by a fall down a little bit, and then the resilience within us, like babies, and it's a muscle that we work it out. It's going to bounce you even stronger, and you're going to go and you will find other ways. You will be creative. The creativity and the intuition that I am feeling now, I never had them. I didn't tap into them. Now the creativity is so strong. The intuition is amazing when I decided to start my own business. It's a whole new world. And it's a future.
And the possibilities are immense. I mean, look at you. Tell us where you are right now.
Now I'm in Dubai.
In Dubai. And you have clients from where?
From all over the world. Today I signed with a person in Mexico. The other day I signed with someone in Norway, and some people in the UK, some people in Dubai even, or in Lebanon, US.
And how do you reach these people? How they find you?
Online. I am on Facebook, I am on Instagram, I am on LinkedIn, I'm on YouTube. Now I'm hearing a lot about TikTok. I'm not there yet. I don't know. But seriously, I am even surprised. I didn't believe it in the beginning. I didn't think that I would be found so easily online. But here you go. I'm there. I'm online and people are finding me.
That's amazing. That is important, to be persistent and consistent in what you do. Have a clear message so people can see your face and know, yeah, Zeina, she does RTT, and I can refer someone, because there's nothing better than refer someone. If you know someone that has a problem, refer that person, and you're going to benefit.
True. Very true. Very true. And, I want to thank you as well for the amazing job we're doing on our group.
Yes.
And we're having lots of interaction, and actually we're replying to people and trying to make lives and videos responding to their concerns, to their feedbacks, to everything. It's just, it takes a decision, and that's it. And stop blaming everything around us, because everything is feasible. We just have to be confident enough and believe in our capabilities and stop playing the victims and blaming everything around us.
It's so easy for us to blame the circumstances or blame us that things are not going to work out.
Yes.
I was just talking with someone the other day, and he was in the radio business, and he was laid off from an important radio. He has a couple consultancy, and he was doing pretty well. And so I said, why don't you just find those people that just bought a radio station, and you coach them and you help them to start the business. So in the beginning, when we start talking, he said, no, I mean, they won't have the money. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. By the end, when we end up talking for about an hour, he starts saying, you know what? I think so. You're right. That is a market, and haven't seen it. I mean, I probably seen it thousands of times, but I never really pay attention to it. So as you start getting involved in these spirits of entrepreneurship, your mind start opening up.
Definitely.
Possibilities start showing up. And when you have, look at the internet, you have amazing programs. And some programs are not so good, but there's still always an audience. There's always someone there that wants what you have.
Yes, definitely. Yesterday, I was actually talking with someone here in Dubai in a meeting. And what happened is that this person, he was laid off, or he will be laid off. He knows he will be laid off at the end of the year because of the COVID and all the problems. And he is in the aviation. He works for Emirates Airlines. And he said that I want to do a comedy show because I love that. But, I need a sample for casting, a sample to write my text. I need something to be relying on. And this is what we've been waiting for, a sample. So I said, are you waiting for the sample? Because do you need really a sample to write your own show? You have all the stories. You have been flying for ages. Or is it a reason for you to delay what should be done? So here we have to really be careful about this procrastination, which is nothing but the fear of failure. We all have this fear. We just need to face it and to confront it. Confrontation, confront yourself, challenge your thoughts. Very important to challenge your thoughts. Sometimes you will not be happy to challenge your thoughts, but you have to.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I mean, sometimes we believe things that are not true.
Yes.
And if we challenge our thoughts, then we can question our thoughts. Like a game. I mean, how did I do today? I did this. Okay. Could it be a better way to do it? Could I handle the situation much better? Challenge yourself and let your imagination work better ways to do what you do every day.
Definitely. And I'm talking for, I'm someone that likes stability so much. And I was so, holding on to my job because I didn't want to lose the stability, not because I was happy. I was miserable, actually. No, I didn't have the stability, but I am happy.
Sí.
That's live.
Yes.
No problem. That's live.
Yes, it is, and that's the beauty about lives. Sometimes things happen.
Yes, people are at home. We are in COVID.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it, But that's a good thing too, that we're able to. That's what I like a little bit about live events, is that you always have to kind of work out your attitude.
Yes.
I mean, it's easy to just record a video, and if something happens, you edit that part, and everything comes perfect. When you're live, you have to improvise.
Improvise.
Stay cool, and
Gustavo, let me tell you something. There's no such thing as perfection. Perfection is boring, and people are not perfect, and nothing we do is perfect. And this is the beauty of it.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, I like live. I mean, I will say that it terrified me doing lives. It terrified me for a long time. I didn't know what to say. And I will say that sometimes I get nervous and talk very fast, and I don't even understand myself. So I have to learn to pause and to think what I'm going to say. But at the same time, sometimes you get tangled with situations and you don't know what to do. I'll tell you a little story. I was in Chile once, and there was a radio station, and someone called. It's a live program. Someone called and make a comment to the anchor, to the person that was saying it, and the anchor didn't knew how to handle it emotionally. And so what he did, he turned off the radio, and the air, this program, which is a live program, was off. And they put music, and this guy didn't show up for a whole week. After a week, he showed up like nothing happened.
Yes.
You see, and I always that in my mind. I said, sometimes circumstances and things happens, and it's easy for us to just turn it off and not handle that situation. Well, you can cool down, fire will go away, and then we'll turn off, and you can still run your thing. And I think in business happen the same thing. I remember too, I read a lot of magazine about sales, and there was these two guys who write this story that they're going to do a big sale for a client. And as they going into the car, the guy for some reason forgot the keys inside of the car. So the guy, what he did, he broke with the window, got inside the car, drove to the appointment, and closed the sale. It was $1 million sale.
Here you go. Here you go.
So always improvising, no matter what. Yes, no matter what, you always focus on the goal and achieve those goals.
Definitely. Definitely.
Zeina, thank you so much for coming with us today.
For you, and I invite the audience, if they want to contact me, I can be found on Facebook under my name, Zeina, Zeina. I think they can see the name, Kreichaty, Kreichaty. Same for Instagram and LinkedIn. And they can book their free discovery call with me, and we'll take it from there for anything they might be needing help with.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
And thank you for your time as well, and for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I invite anybody that is in Facebook or YouTube and they want to share their story, they want to share their business, or they want to just sit down and talk about probably like some people do, like a hot coaching session. We can do that live too. I'm happy. You can send us your comments, your emails, and we're happy to have you in our program. And Zeina, one more time, thank you so much for your time. And it was awesome. Thank you.
Same here. Have a lovely day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.